Hey, so in this video, we're going to cover 10 ways to save money as a teenager. Perhaps you're looking to buy the new iPhone, or a new laptop, or maybe a pet. Whatever it may be, you need to save money to make these big purchases. The problem is that many teens can't break the habit of spending money on the little things, like clothes, video games, and food. It's hard to save up to buy the big things when you're struggling by spending all your money on the little things. This video is here to help you save money. And before we get started, I want to show you my Robinhood account. Currently, this is where I'm at. I'm not just doing this to brag. This is just my testimony of my own personal saving this year to help motivate you. My account was at $0 earlier this year. And I don't know if anyone has ever told you this, but you can save. You can do this. Seriously, you can. And these ways that I'm about to share today aren't in any particular order, but we're still going to do a countdown starting with number 10. And number 10 is to change your lock screen. It's essential to have something that motivates you on your lock screen. According to new research, Americans now check their phones 96 times a day. That's once every 10 minutes. We are more connected to our phones than ever before. Now, what should you put on your lock screen then? Maybe it will be something that you're saving for, whether it's a car, that new phone. Maybe put something that will motivate you on that lock screen. Or it could just be a quote about saving. Something that will be that continuous reminder to think twice before making any purchases. Currently, you may be watching this video on your phone or computer. Either way, please consider changing your lock screen as soon as this video is over. That reinforcement will help you save money. And number 9 is to cut your food expenses. If you want to save money, you need to stop eating out. And I'll be honest, it's hard turning down that Chipotle. But let's throw some numbers out there to see how much we can save by eating smarter. The average commercially prepared meal costs around $13. On the other hand, the average meal prepared at home costs around $4. That's $9 in savings per meal. Of course, the actual numbers will vary depending on where you live, but the principle remains the same. You can save big over time by packing your own food and snacks. And number 8 is installing a money-saving browser extension on your computer or your phone. It's counterintuitive to shop online when you're trying to save. But if you must, consider using a free coupon finder tool like Honey. When you add items to your virtual shopping cart, Honey will search for promo codes, coupons, and deals to save you as much money as possible. The average user saves $126 per year, so this is not something to overlook. And number 7 is to set your spending threshold. You have to hold yourself accountable for this. For example, personally, I have a $100 spending threshold. If I'm about to spend $100 or over $100 on anything, I have to wait a full 24 hours before making the purchase. Using this strategy allows me to think hard about whether I need this or if this is something that's a want. And during the 24-hour waiting period, consider making a pros and cons list to help you make the right choices. And number 6 is to pay with cash. As a teenager, you might not have a credit or debit card just yet, but I'm sure you've received a gift card before, and it's incredible how fast the balance on those can disappear without you realizing it. Wait, there's only 27 cents left on my Starbucks gift card? Oh my gosh! When you swipe with a plastic card, you feel nothing. You can't physically see the transaction happening. That's why using cash is the best way to save. Studies show that people spend 12 to 18% more when using plastic cards instead of cash. That green paper is tangible with the value attached to it. When you spend it, you have less of it in your wallet. You see this and you process it. However, if you have a credit card and you're responsible with it, there are benefits that you can receive that you can't get with cash, but we'll save those for another video. And number 5 is to engage in free activities. Instead of blowing all your money on expensive entertainment, consider going outside or engaging in one of the many free, fun activities there are available. Depending on where you live, there can be many fun things to do for free, right? If you're out in the middle of the desert, you may have to think outside of the box a little bit, but personally, I think sand surfing sounds pretty fun. And number 4 is to cut out all unnecessary spending. To start, list out your expenses over the past month and figure out what purchases you made that were unnecessary. This process will help you to make smarter choices in the future. And going along with this tip is number 3, which is to make a budget. This sounds so boring. Oh, I don't want to make a budget, But it doesn't have to be like that. You can train yourself to be excited about finding the best ways to save money. For example, instead of just waiting in line at Starbucks to get coffee, perhaps you can experiment yourself with making cheap but good coffee at home. Budgeting allows you to create a spending plan for your money, and it'll keep you on track with your savings plan. Number 2 is to get off your phone. I don't know if you've seen The Social Dilemma on Netflix yet, but that documentary really helps put things into perspective on how addictive our phones are. I find myself on my phone all the time. The documentary also kind of explains why they're so addictive and why the social media companies are so good at getting our attention. We are constantly bombarded with ads and subliminal messaging that in turn encourages us to spend more than we need. So consider spending less time on your phone and away from social media to save money. And the number 1 way is to increase your income. It's impossible to save any money when you don't have any coming in. That's why working a part-time job or starting your own business or becoming a freelancer are just all great ways to increase your income as a teenager. I made a video a few months back about making money as a teenager during quarantine, so make sure you go ahead and check that out. And before we go, I want to give you one last piece of advice, and that is to make sure you aren't only chasing material things. I say this because in the past, I've found myself in times where I've been saving up for something that I really, really wanted and thought like I really had to have. And then I got it and it just didn't do much for me. Maybe right when I got it, I got this like nice feeling of happiness for a few days. And I was like, oh, I got this thing. But you'll quickly find out that that brief moment of happiness isn't real happiness. Your life is too valuable to waste chasing possessions. Spend time with the people you love. Learn to be happy and satisfied with your own life, with your own self. Of course, make sure you're in control with what's going on with your finances. Tell your money where to go. Don't ask, where did all my money go? So, hey, if you received any value from this video, make sure you drop a like. And if you want more on personal finance, investing, and entrepreneurship, make sure you subscribe to this channel. And I just want to say thank you so much for watching. Let's get a chat going down in the comments below, and I will see you very soon.